The Memphis Showboats have officially revealed their uniforms for the 2023 season. We're going over the best moments of the USFL training camp, all that and more on episode 51 of the USFL podcast.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to another amazing edition of the USFL podcast. I'm the ref representing USFL Newsroom, the leaders in USFL news. We got a good week. We got a great week. And we won't say it's the best week ever because that's coming up in 2 weeks. But before we get to that, I'm joined as always by my man, Zach Kyleman. How you doing today, my friend, in sunny Arizona?
Yes, it is sunny. Actually, a bit chilly, though. It's funny. It's been a cold spell, mid-60s, but, I'm appreciating it. It's an ease into what is to come from what you and other coworkers of mine have been saying. That's okay. I'll take the 60-degree weather because it feels really damn good. Also, really appreciative that my set, at least my old set, it is built up. I have my own camera again. I got my mic up now. Still got more plans. Trust me, you don't want to see what's around the desk. It's still kind of a mess in here. But hey, we got, at least it looks good here. I'm glad to have a full show where I'm not having to do it via my cell phone and a ring light.
Right on. I will say I do miss the curtain in the back, but you know what?
True.
Now it truly lives up to our show. No curtains.
If you've got I was talking because I did Inside the Walls with Jim Renier as well recently. By the way, go check out that show if you want to check out Touchdown Eddie Brown. But no, you see in the background, if you're on the YouTube version, I got the door here and all that. And I was joking with him, and we somehow got to the point like talking in the office. I'm like, you know what? This feels like an office interview camera from the show. Maybe not the window, but you're like just inside of like a storage closet trying to talk to me in a mockumentary.
Right on.
So like I have that vibe right now. And of course the shirt adds on to the workplace vibe. So I trust me, I am not sneaking away from my job to be talking to you on here.
You're just in a closet somewhere in that Fox building. Be like, I hope nobody walks in. I got a podcast to record here.
Yes. Hey guys, did you hear do a USFL show?
I mean, just drop the hints while you're there. Hey, just throw it on the air.
That's come up twice since I've been here because there's been a few people asking, "Do any of you guys watch the USFL?" I'm like, I do. But yeah, no, it's good to be here. I'm glad to have my set. And look, I mean, we're 2 weeks away from doing spring stock, from doing another season of the USFL. Dude, training camps will just keep getting me hyped up. I love seeing the content every day. Mm-hmm. So, and that's when I get time to look at the content. But seriously, best part of my day so far has been keeping up with this league so far.
Dude, it's been a whirlwind. We talked about it. It's kind of like the news. It comes in trickle, fast, relentless. And that's where we're at with the social media. We're going to go over that a little bit later. But before we do, you mentioned it. We got just a little over 2 weeks left until spring stock and USFL kickoff. It's really USFL kickoff and spring stock. Let's be honest here. But if you're in Birmingham, Alabama, you will be crazy. You will be out of your mind because if you're not there, you're going to be missing the biggest party of the spring. Zach, me, we're going to be in person together live from Casey's Sports Bar inside the Westin, across the street from Protective Stadium, where just later that day, April 15th, the Stallions and the Generals are going to be battling. Now, hey, come and join us a little bit earlier, 12 p.m. Central, and boy, do we got a surprise for you. I know, hey, you're going to the game. You're going to go see these guys, and you're going to be like, hey, I want my team to win. These are the guys that won us a championship last year. Well, why not come see some of the biggest names in person? We got Jamar Smith. We got Bo flippin' Scarborough live in the house. And here's the thing. We're not going to keep you waiting. This is in the first hour of the show. First hour of the show.
You're going to want to be there when it starts at the beginning, noon Central at Casey Sports Bar. Or if you're tuning in, that's 1 o'clock Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific time if you're trying to keep up. Or 10 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m.
And here's the thing. There ain't no shame in this game. You're on the West Coast. You can't make it. We don't blame you. Go get yourself an omelet. Get yourself a water, a coffee, and a beer. 3 the hard way. And get down on some spring stock brunch. I will not be mad at that because you're not going to want to miss it. And that's just the first hour. We also got community legend Ducky in the house. We're going to be talking about how he's donating all the earnings from that Ducky gear to Feeding America. And that ain't a joke. That's the name of the charity. So know your facts, Jack. We got Luke Miller from the newsroom joining us, our on-the-ground guy for all Stallions everything.
Yes, indeed.
And we got some more guests coming. You're going to have to wait, though. You're going to have to wait one more week because we want it to be perfect. Now, here's the thing. That's just day one, right? So that's from 12 p.m. Central till about 3:30 when the Memphis Showboats kick off in Memphis. We're doing a watch party. Then we're watching the game. But then day 2, we're heading over to Memphis, Tennessee, and we hope you join us there, 9 a.m. Central in the parking lot. And I got to get this right. It's Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. I keep calling it Liberty Bank Stadium. I know it's wrong every time I say it. Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. And you're not getting it in because the Gamblers are going to knock down the Panthers so bad that you won't even know how to talk anymore, Zach. I feel bad for you. I don't even know if they're going to allow you to work at your place of business anymore. They're going to say, Zach, you are shamed so much for supporting a team that lost so bad against the team that's inevitably going 12-0, all in, the Houston flipping Gamblers.
Can you hear this guy? This guy hogging up all the mic space like freaking like freaking doing a filibuster in Congress. Like what is going on right now? Excuse me, we do this every show, but again, sir, you are wrong. I do not see any scenario in the multiverse as to how the Gamblers pulled this one off. It's going to be a 1-0 start for the Michigan Panthers. And at the very best for you, Stefan, it will be a 10-2 season because the Panthers will win their 2 games. One of them will be a championship, by the way, and it'll be against Houston if it'll happen in the best scenario possible. I am telling you right now, I will be decked to the nines with Michigan gear, and my good buddy Bill Alexander, that is very active in the showboat scene. He made this awesome USFL gear I bought last year. I'm wearing a bucket hat that he made. That's like old meets new school like logos on it. The one that I wore last show. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be bringing that bad boy out too, and I will be rocking it out. Hopefully we get on camera, bickering in the audience because it's going to be fun.
We'll be on camera. You're going to hear us on the field. Even the hardest hit won't be able to soften the blow of my voice during that game.
Well, I'll tell you what right now, just while we're talking about that game in particular, the grudge game, by the way, which is April 16th at noon Central in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm one of those guys. I like checking the ticket sales. I'm one of those dudes. I go through Ticketmaster. I have a little bit of fun guesstimating what it's looking like. I'll be honest with you. So far, I'm thinking that neutral site game is selling better than expected. Mm-hmm. It's actually not doing too bad for 2 teams that aren't based in Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to actually have to talk about, you and I are going to have to talk about tickets soon because the golden ones at the 50-yard line, they're starting to kind of sell fast, dude. We're going to have to start talking about buying those soon.
We got to get those scooped up. I mean, or you know what? Maybe I could just sneak in with my ref shirt. You know what I mean? I'm part of the crew, guys. Ignore the Honolulu blue underneath. I'll just tuck it in. You know,
I got the patch here. I got the patch. It says USFL Fox. I'm a Fox employee. I'm supposed to be here, guys. I'm part of the truck team.
I wish I had them nearby. I don't know why I own them, but I own them, and they are somewhere close. They might be in my car. I think I wore them at the USFL game. I have the glasses with the nose and the mustache. I'll just wear that with my ref shirt and be like, oh, I totally belong here.
I'd pay you to see that. Just to see you try and pull that one off. That would be impressive.
I would never do that, guys, for real.
No joke, though. Come on out for the tailgate. That's going to be a ton of fun. We are going to have a good time. It'll be, as you can tell, we get at each other's throats on this, but it is all for the fun of it, no matter what. It's our only game we play, possibly our only game we play against each other this year. So, you know, we got to do it. It's so nice for doing it twice. The theme of the entire thing this season and spring stock. So keeping all that in mind.
Yeah, well, it's probably definitely the only game we're going to play this year because there's no way the Panthers are going to make it to the championship. Unlike the Gamblers who are going 12-0 all in.
My God, I seriously, sometimes I give you the benefit of the doubt that you're not just going to sneak one in. And I really need to stop doing that because I'm just being too nice at this point.
I can't wait. And you guys, you're not going to want to miss it because it's going to be full of this type of nonsense all day. And here's the thing. If for all the people, I know there's people that love me online, Zach, and I know there's people that hate me. This might be your chance. This might be your chance to see a grown man cry. Because if I go out if the Panthers beat us 30-0, which ain't gonna happen. I don't know why I'm even discussing that.
Okay.
Like a nonsense reality here.
Clearly, that thought hasn't come into your mind whatsoever that you're going to lose 30-0.
Well, we talked about
bring it up.
We talked about a potential wager, right? Money, mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. I think Memphis. What's Memphis known for?
Blues and barbecue.
Blues and barbecue. So I mean, money where your mouth is. I think we discussed whoever wins comes out glorious has to buy the other man barbecue that night in Memphis. We'll have to get it on video for the show.
Yeah, we'll have to post that out as well. And by the way, for spring stock, remember we're gonna be promoting this too. Hashtag spring stock. Spread your favorite photos and things from the event if you're watching on the live stream, and if you meet up with us for our tailgate and going out to the Grudge game. Hashtag spring stock on any of your favorite social media platforms. We're gonna keep pushing that starting this show, so be ready for that. But yes, loser buys barbecue for the winner at wherever we go to enjoy music and some good ribs, brisket, you name it. That is now a new stipulation for the Grudge game for this year's version.
And here's the thing. Anybody local to Memphis, let us know down in the comments below. Where should we be going?
Where should we go?
I want to know. I don't want to know what MemphisFoodAndWine.com or Yelp says. I want to know what the people on the scene have to say, right? That's where the real good is at. Now, another thing to remember, if you're coming out to spring stock, either day 1 or day 2, we got trading cards, buddy. We're going to have those on the scene. Make sure you get one because they're flipping cool. They're flipping cool. So day 1, April 15th, kicking off at noon Central at KC Sports Bar inside the Westin, across the street from Protective Stadium. Day 2, 9 a.m. Eastern, bright and early with your boys, talking smack, the ref and Zach, 9 a.m. Central at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium parking lot for the tailgate. We got it there.
You saved it.
And then
full disclosure, I usually call it the Liberty Bowl. So
there you go.
Clearly, I've just been running off the bowl game.
That's what I need to start doing. But hey, Spring Stock, sign you up. While we're at it, a couple other housekeeping things. Social media, what the hell are you doing at USFL Podcast? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We got some videos. You go check them out. Make sure you're following us for all the latest news, all the latest shows as it comes in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Click the bell. It builds morale. I'm going to be clicking that button on and off for a little bit so I have the morale leading up into spring stock. I might need the extra oomph to get our victory on that grudge game, but make sure you're following over there. BreakingT.com/USFL Newsroom. You know what that does? That saves you a hot 10% off on some official USFL gear through Breaking T. Thick Thighs save lives. Shark Dog, they got them all. And you can save 10% thanks to these guys right here using code USFL Newsroom.
Supports the show too. So we get to do more of these for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, spring stock ain't cheap. I'll tell you that much, guys. I'll tell you that much. You know what else ain't cheap, Zach? My new car. I had to talk about it. I have to talk about it. The Refmobile, the all black and white Tesla.
The new Refmobile.
Dude, I'm scared to let it drive for me. Yet I let it drive for me. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's quite the anomaly. You rented it. I didn't even drive I didn't even look at the car other than the outside of it while you were there. But for some reason, I got back here. It's that BMW. You know me. I told you my history of I hate Sorry, everyone, whoever drives a BMW. I hate BMW drivers.
Here we go.
And I rented a BMW while I was there because I thought it would be funny. And by the end of it, I'm waving at all the other BMW drivers. I said, you know what? I'm in a BMW. I can do whatever I want. I'm busting U's. I'm flying through lanes.
Part of the community.
I see what it is. It takes you over, right? And so I came back here. Now I could never buy a BMW, but I think I probably bought the one car where owners might be more insufferable than BMW drivers. And I'm excited about that. Oh, I'm excited to just be that guy of anytime somebody says something, I could say, well, I can't believe you don't drive an electric car. I could be that guy, Zach. And dude, I'll tell you, when you're going down the freeway, there's no car that you can't pass. No, and again, I'm coming from a Fiat, bro. So like, right. I'm used to driving like the Fiat goes, but it takes a little bit of like, all right, buddy, you can do it. You're going, I'm so proud of you. Uphill, a little difficult. Not this bad boy. You just a little bit on the gas. And it feels like you're in like a wind tunnel.
You went from what they call a four-banger in the car biz to a electric street machine, essentially.
Yep. I'm excited. I'm going to trick this bad boy out. I am going to I think I might get ref stripes on the car.
Okay.
I'm an idiot, Zach. This is what I do.
Well, wait a minute. You're supposed to tell me that you're an idiot for doing this.
Well, no, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious, but I know other people would say, why? If you're going to do that, just go get like a Celica or
committing. You're committing to the bid.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
I drove to Austin to get this car. That's because I live in the middle of nowhere, and they didn't.
I did not know. No, I didn't know that detail. I knew about the car.
Yeah,
You drove to Austin to get this thing?
I had to drive to Austin. So my day one of that car, I put like 200 miles on it. Day one.
Oh my God!
What a great road trip though. On the way back, like I said, I drove for me. I just chilled. As long as you have your hand on the wheel, every so often it says, "Hey, you there?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm here. Keep going. We're good, buddy. Just keep on trucking. Let's." Try playing with all the things. It plays whatever music you want, Zach. It's built into the car. You don't even, I guess you need the premium connection, but if you have like a Wi-Fi hotspot, you just use that and it plays whatever song you want. It's magic, I tell you. I feel like I'm in the future, but it's the present. I don't know. Anyway, now we're getting all off track. But I had to talk about the Tesla. I know because I posted some pictures online. People wanted to know. You know what?
I think there's a good segue here. You're talking about that car's magic. You know what I've found has magic into it is been following some of the social media from training camp. I've enjoyed it a lot. I love the kind of the ramp up again of these league accounts, getting, I guess, full scale ramp up. Again, we know they post as the year goes on. It's not as frequent as say in season, but seeing videos, getting highlights, seeing people come to camp, seeing kind of the battles taking place. I love it. I love it. And what I love as well about social media with training camp is you see some of the quirky stuff each team has or kind of the heartfelt moments about it. So, with training camp being, there's only 2 weeks until the season. And sure, there'll be some more moments. But while we're at it, we decided to kind of do our updated training camp and give you some of our favorite moments so far through training camp. And hey, this is it. We talk about sometimes things that you might want to tune in for the video version. Hey, this is one, you might want to tune in for the video version because they're, or at least not saying we'll post these videos, but some of the stuff we'll share at least and show you what we got.
Sure.
But,
yeah.
Kicking things off, let's do this. I'll go first with one of them I really liked is a very recent one. So you have a local family, the Emery family. It's the last name's Emery. That diehard Stallions fans. Their kids are. Apparently, they ran into an issue where they had a difficult medical emergency that prevented them from going on a trip for spring break. And team kind of saw that. They kind of got in contact with this family out there in Birmingham. And what do you know? They brought them and they had a whole day of training camp just for them. You got the kids and the parents out there. They're visiting with players. You got one of them that's meeting up with Bo Scarborough himself. Bo's signing a football. Skip Holtz is signing the footballs for him. They're participating in drills, watching them do drills and all that. And this is one of those heartfelt ones. There's two of them that we're going to highlight in this group today, but like this one in particular, I thought hit really well at home where I'm like, this is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about community engagement, talk about just, I guess, trying to be, one of the kind of give back things. I love this,
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's fandom meets the best of what brings football and family together. I thought this was a really cool thing that the USFL did in the city for some people that have been fans since day one.
For sure. And this isn't the first time we've seen this out of the Stallions, right? They seem to be, all the teams are owned by one entity, but boy, it seems like there's always some type of either charitable work or some type of on the ground neighborhood work being done by the Stallions. And this is just another example of that. And how cool is that? You're a fan of this team. You had a situation, something else happened, but welcoming you in on the field, meeting some of the biggest stars, getting to meet them. I mean, how cool as a kid, Zach? Dude, if I was that kid, how flipping cool. It'd be cool for me now. And I'm turning 40 this year, right? This is super neat to see. Love to see it. And we have a lot of social media happening. There's so many posts coming through, right?
Every day.
This is just kind of like one of those nuggets hidden within all of the other awesome posts that we're seeing. So this is where it pays attention, or it serves you wisely to pay attention to these social accounts, because it's not just here's this play, here's this player, here's this transaction. There's some really cool stuff that's coming out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, and again, I think you highlight something that is truly been, I think, noticed more and more is that, with season 2, especially Birmingham, they're the ones that have had a market now for over a year. So, pushing a year in terms of playing a season. But nonetheless, I digress. They have had well over a year of exposure now to where they are getting community events. They gave back during Christmas. They've been going and doing special kind of giveaways and meet and greets at people's own places, own houses. Like they've been doing surprise visits at. The first season ticket holder they celebrated and brought him into the league's office down there, or actually met at the guy's place of work. And with Skip Holtz, it's like, congratulations for being the first ticket holder for the Stallions. So they've been doing a lot more of this stuff, and I think it's expected when you have a team that's been there now over a year. Like they are the defining first step that the league took, and they're the most ingrained fan base to start because they were the hub. So, you want to see more of that fan engagement like that. And that's a good sign for other hubs to come. And of course, what will be expected as the years go on for the league when they're getting into these communities. And once they get to all 8 cities, you want to see this on the regular. So for step by step. And again, it's great for the community. I love seeing stuff like this, and fans love it too, because it shows that they want to be part of what makes Birmingham,
Right on.
Their section of their own little slice of the world.
Well, exactly right. It's giving a little bit of character to the team other than just what you see on the field, right? I said this before, just really about all spring leagues in general. It really should stand in all sports, but it's not just about what happens on the field that matters. sometimes, and a lot of the times it's about how you embrace the community, your actions off of the field. Like, truth be told, you're asking people a lot to get invested in a new sports team,
right?
Especially with the history that spring leagues have had in the past, up until the USFL had a successful first season, and now they're going into a second season, right? So you're asking a lot already, but it's these types of things, these little goodwill efforts, that I think put it over the top, and people that are on the edge, people that aren't so sure, this I think helps them say, you know what, maybe I will give them a shot here. Now, one other thing, so this one isn't on our list here, but
okay.
I think this is also worth bringing up because we've now seen 2 videos of similar nature from the mayors of Memphis and the mayors of the mayor of Birmingham.
I'm so glad you brought this up. Please continue, because this is like a newish one that I'm like, oh, thank God. We're going to have and it's not too far. It's the 2 cities we're visiting.
Right.
And you see, now there's some beef because it's closer local type of stuff. Please digress or inform people, because seriously, this is good.
Yeah,
I like this engagement here.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see, right? Again, it makes sense because, like you said, they're close in proximity. You have the new team in Memphis, although they played there in the 80s. They seem to be getting a lot of traction as you know, they're one of the new hub cities. Birmingham's pretty established because they had that first season. But just getting, again, not everybody pays attention to spring football. Some people, believe it or not, probably live in Birmingham and don't know that the USFL's there, even though they played a full season last year. Same in Memphis. So even just having the banter, but coming from the mayor's office, goes a long way, right? It makes it a little bit more fun, but I think it's also one of the things that might get some people's attention. Say, wait a second, there's going to be football at the Liberty Bowl? Well, let me go check this out. Or, my dad was a fan of the Showboats, or I was a fan of the Showboats, and therefore I am now a fan of the Showboats. But yeah, that one, when you were pulling up the list, I didn't even think to add it, but then it popped into my head. But I mean, you got to love to see that. Now, I would kind of love to see one out of the mayor of Detroit just to talk it up, but he's really, I don't think they'll get, maybe we'll get the Canton mayor involved because they are committed to Canton, whether that means, whatever,
Right. I mean, for the USFL, when they've done Canton, it's a lot through the president of the Hall of Fame,
right?
Through the Hall of Fame, or village, and the city has been getting involved, so that's really good. This one I think has a little more, presence because it's the proximity,
sure,
and also because out of the 2 divisions, it's the only one with 2 true team hubs. Canton, for as much as I will say we love Canton, but it is definitely getting more of the feel of a centralized hub rather than a greater Pittsburgh area. It still is that way. You can still 2 hours, but it's not directly there.
Right.
So like this one where Memphis, where you have Mayor Jim Strickland, he's just talking about promoting his city and his team. And then this is what kills me, is that Randall Woodfin is the one I think that kind of goes, all right, let's make this personal. And my favorite part is, it's personal when they're bringing up the barbecue talk. That one right there. Southern barbecue discussion, game over. Now you're getting into some beef here, because he was like, yeah, literally, Birmingham's got better barbecue than Memphis. And I'm like, oh boy.
And that's the thing. They both had it wrong, because the best barbecue is in Texas. I hate to break it to them, but
man, that's another one in the argument, though. I get it. I think Memphis, I will get to try this year, you and I, or if you've been to Memphis. I have not personally.
I've eaten at a place called Memphis Barbecue, but it wasn't in Memphis. So right. I don't think that counts.
Sampling, perhaps. I mean, Birmingham barbecue, that's true. So that's Southern barbecue. That's legit. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had that last year before I left for the airport. It's good stuff. So I got that. I'm going to you and I are definitely going to hit something up, or that hot chicken spot, right?
Oh, we're going to Eugene
nearby, because we're going there again.
We're going to be there for a couple days. So, and here's the thing. If you're sauntering around Birmingham and see us, say what's up. We'll be all over that bad boy. Well, within a two block radius of the stadium, not all over.
Right.
But Zach, I'm going to the Crystal Burger again. I am getting down on that.
I was not doubting that whatsoever.
If there's a slider to be eaten, I'm going to be eating it.
Slide on into Crystal Burger. I will say they can't really talk about sliders. They both have Crystal Burger in Memphis and in Birmingham, but like the barbecue thing's legit like beef thing. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that the mayors of these cities are getting involved. I do agree with you. I know that it's not direct competition per se because of just the fact that, like I said, there's not exactly like Canton maybe, but the Canton doesn't have a team. But like it'd be kind of cool to hear from Mike Dugan.
Oh yeah.
You've heard from Mayor Woodfin. You've heard from Mayor Strickland. Hey, maybe hear a little bit more from Dugan post the announcement. He was very excited at the announcement of the Panthers. So, I mean, I would love to see another snippet from like the city of Detroit's page, if possible.
I would want it to be comical, though. I would want him to be like, "Hey guys, here's the deal. We're real hit up over here about a football championship, and there's just like $100 bills falling out of his pocket." Out of his pocket. He's where's this money? Oh, whoever finds this money, whatever. Just as long as we get a championship, just winking at the camera. And
oh no,
that'll never happen. But that's if I was in control of like the mayor's office in Detroit, that's how I would script it.
Can you imagine if Dugan's a fan of this show and like he shows this to his PR team? He goes, we're not doing that, right?
He'd say, no, we're doing that. He'd be drinking a beer. He'd think it's a great idea. I mean, Dugan, come on. That dude's probably drinking a beer at least, 12 of the 24 hours a day. I mean, this is Detroit. I love Detroit just for that. It's a blue-collar city. And in a blue-collar city, sometimes you have a beer at noon and before or whatever. You know what I mean? And being the mayor doesn't change that. No, not in Detroit, bro. No, Mike Dugan, sign him up. I'm almost curious. Is he's the guy that owns Dugan's Pub on Woodward? Because if he is, then he almost guaranteed is drinking a beer right now.
Huh. We'll have to look into that. I definitely don't know. I have not asked that far. But if someone can say that in the comments, if they know for certain, please drop that in the comments on our YouTube video here. We will gladly have a laugh or debate on it if you want. Why not? Comment anything. We get some interesting comments every now and then. Last week we did. I'm not going to go farther, but it was funny. Anyhow, moving on. Let's go into a little more training camp vibes. So, but seeing a lot of the musical stuff. I'm going to highlight one of them because I want to see this happen because it needs more traction. We talk about maybe some stuff gets lost in the shuffle because it's rapid fire training camp bids like USFL, and one of them was a Showboats one that they did with a few players. One being Brady White, and essentially they're like, "What's your go-to karaoke song?" Mm. And the challenge that the league's own account put out was 100 retweets and will make Todd Haley prove that it is his go-to karaoke that they mentioned in the video. Which, seriously, if we can get that, I would be great. It's up to 60 retweets. It hasn't been put out that long.
Yes. So here's what you guys
retweets
need
is
to
not
do.
hard.
We'll have a link down in the description. You got to go retweet this because we need to see it, right? This is a thing that needs to happen. Am I right?
I need this to happen. I feel like Todd Haley doing karaoke would just make my day because I don't see him as a karaoke guy.
Well, I'll tell you, he knows how to sling a donut. Did you see that one the other day?
Yeah.
I mean, if he could sling a donut, he could probably get out on some karaoke. Is it good? I don't think karaoke is supposed to be good. I think the worse it is, the better.
Now, keep in mind why I'm also excited. He's talking like karaoke, like for Todd Haley. Mm-hmm. He's mentioning Lil Wayne and Eminem as his artists. So you have to imagine this man breaking out Mom Spaghetti.
I want that. We need this. All right, get to the retweeting, guys. Here's the thing. I know over, what do we need, 40 more retweets on this? I know more than 40 of you fools are watching.
I think that's very manageable if we keep this thing in the common space. Like, seriously, I got to see this.
Let them know the USFL.
Prove it.
Let them know the USFL podcast sent you, too. Go retweet it. We're going to have a link down in the description. Let them know we sent you because we want to see this and help our social buddies out, man. They're going to... this is what... We wouldn't be able to talk about any of this stuff that we're talking about right now had it not for the social teams, man.
No, they've been great so far, kind of getting MVPs down there. And again, just rapid fire. I love training camp vids and photos. Any of the leagues that have been coming up for spring football. Last year's for the USFL, obviously, I'll even say the XFLs. It was fun. This one, same deal. I just love seeing this stuff because it's team bonding moments as well. New faces. Of course, you're getting like Coach Johnson out there as well. Horton being out there too. Getting new guys interacting with their teams. Ray Horton's had a few moments that have been pretty. I like to play for this kind of guy kind of moments so far on the field. And then speaking of the Maulers, I might as well dive into this. One of the other moments, my favorites in terms of the heartfelt awe type of thing, is Bryce Torneden, the one of the best faces on the Maulers himself. He was caught at, I think it was the beginning of practice, it looks like, talking to a young fan about his favorite player on the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. And what I liked about it, I don't know, it's just, again, it's one of these cute moments you like to see that you maybe don't always catch in the moment at practice, or you don't get to always see on social media. But Tornaden's joking. I love it. He's like, hey, maybe I can grow my hair out like Trevor.
Right. Yeah, no, I love it. You love to see the players interacting with the kids. I mean, that's where, truth be told, that's where a lot of the success is going to come for these leagues, is embracing the younger culture. We've seen it, and this isn't necessarily about this post or on this social media, but just last week they held like little training camps.
Could you believe, by the way, how many people came out in Memphis? Oh, yeah. Memphis had a ton of kids. Like, it was jam-packed. I think I heard someone say like 200 plus kids came to this camp.
Yeah, dude.
Which I was like, what? And they only released it like a week or so in advance. It was not that much time, and
not at all.
These people were here.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a great sign for Memphis as a hub. I'm thinking, it's a shame. I wish we could be at the first game for both of these hubs. It's a shame of the timing a little bit, because Memphis, I'm telling you, they're going to give Birmingham a run for its money. I have a feeling that people are going to be loud and just getting crazy there. And I really can't wait to see those Memphis and Birmingham games, both for home and away at both, because, again, if we're driving 3.5 hours and we're coming from across the country, people that live there are going to be doing that.
There's going to be some road warriors out there.
100%.
Absolutely.
Oh, so we have another one here. I don't know how to really call it. Is this a thigh off, if you will?
You know what? That's probably a good phrasing. There's not really. I was thinking about this too. How do you call that?
Right.
maybe like a pseudo version of like Mr. Universe, but with just thighs.
Dude, I mean, yeah, gnarly. So if you guys don't know, last year Darius Vito, I think he shocked the world when he announced how big his thighs were. I want to say it was 32 inches. It could be 36. I can't remember, in circumference. Now, that's Darius Vito. Now, we have Kingston Davis, who's giving him a little bit of run for his money on the thighs here. And so they have, the Generals settle it once and for all, live from the training camp. And my God, Zach, I didn't know somebody could have similar or as big of thighs as somebody. And we're not talking about, if you guys don't know, if you're new to the USFL and you didn't watch last season, you're just getting into this season, go look up Darius Vito. He's not like a big dude, but he's thick, as they would say, double C.
Darius Victor is what we're referring to, if you catch it on. He goes by Darius Vito online, so that's why we're also saying that too. But I did check. I had to reiterate this. This is from NBC Sports write-up on him last year. Confirmed, he has 30-inch quads. So just keep that in mind. That dude has a big 3.0 on the quad side. And look, I just found this hilarious because the only reason this is even a post like the one we're looking at is between him and Kingston Davis. So they did a first one like I think a week prior to this, and Kingston came in with the shorts, and like Darius was there with like jogger pants, and it made him like he was like, oh man, this is isn't doing my thighs justice. So he like promised he'd come back to the social team like later in the week, get his shorts that make those thighs show off the 30-inch radius, the 30-inch I think it's diameter actually, not radius, but nonetheless, like dude was prepared. If you were doubting before, maybe you're now buying that Thick Thighs Save Lives t-shirt for Breaking Tea, because that
and save 10% using coupon code USFL Newsroom, or hey, even do yourself a favor, breakingtea.com/USFL Newsroom. It applies the code automatically and go, Zach. See, I'll wedge it in anywhere.
Dude, you've wedged that in so fine. You did great. You did great. Well, nonetheless, guys, if anything, if you're catching anything from highlighting this, social training camp vids, there's so much of this stuff. We're glad that we're catching even some of this because, like I said, the social media teams for these guys, they have been just endlessly pumping out things day after day. It is a chore, a chore in terms of I want to do all of it, but it is an effort. That is a better word than chore. Chore seems like I don't like it. It is an effort for me to keep up with every team's postings because they are that frequently putting out video and picture content.
They're hard at work, man. They are putting in some work on those social teams because it's like from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, it is a full-on constant stream. And so it's easy to lose a couple of these, man. I'll be honest. There's some couple as we were looking through things, I totally missed this from earlier. And I know I was online, so I don't know what's going on. Either way, this is why we have a show. We'll get you caught up on all the latest as it comes in, but this is why you should also be following them on social media too, just so support these guys. They're putting in the work.
Most of the accounts anyway, if you just want the team accounts, just look up at USFL on your favorite and you'll find any of the 8. You might find the 9th with the Tampa Bay Bandits. Hey, don't worry, they're coming back. I have full faith that they'll be back in the near future. But again,
you know why they're coming back, Zach?
Because who else right now? Who else is Florida rooting for?
No, it's because after the Gamblers get done with the Panthers, they're never going to be able to step foot back in the North Division again.
This is why I can't trust you, man. You made this somehow about the grudge game again. What in the wow. Okay.
Do you think they serve barbecue panther in Memphis?
You're glad I'm light on you and that I'm giving you passes for kind of just letting you have your fun right now, because trust me, the 16th, you're going to be definitely paying a good price for my nice barbecue dinner that I already have planned out. I am definitely getting a half slab of ribs. I am getting a nice pound of brisket, some cowboy beans if they do it, or just southern beans, whichever one they prefer. Coleslaw, whichever, if it's cream-based or vinegar-based, I don't mind. I know I'm getting the whole shebang on your dime, and I cannot wait to get that all for myself and some nice blues music. It's all on my end. You can have some fun with this. I'm looking at my eye on the prize, and it's going to be that delicious meal at the end of the day at your expense.
So I changed my mind. So here's what I want from everybody. I want 2 suggestions. I want the best restaurants and the worst barbecue restaurants. Because if somehow we lose, it ain't going down like that. No, I'm kidding. Wow. I don't have to worry, though. But if is a place that has barbecue panther, just on the, I don't know if that's legal, but maybe it is. I don't know. Let me know, because that's what I'm eating. When we win.
I can't do exotic gambler because I definitely will not be doing this show again. So that would be a problem. I don't think you would be talking to me after that either.
I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. We'll figure it out.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, you know what else happened on social media over the last week, Zach? Something that people have been waiting for a very long time. We kind of knew it was coming. We speculated about it last week. Speculation, now confirmation, even though it was pretty easy to speculate what happened. Yeah. But the Memphis Showboats, they have officially unveiled their uniforms for 2023.
Hey, all right.
And I'm digging them. It seems like most of the people online like them. I saw maybe a couple comments saying they were too similar to the Maulers that had come out the week prior, just swapping out the colors. But I don't think so at all. I think this is also the only jersey that has the alternative logo featured on these over on the armband here.
Yeah. I mean, right now in the league, it would really be the only one. I think if the Bandits still existed, they were using kind of the smaller like head for the Bandit, but that's not there. But This one's like the legit only one that's using the alternative logo. It's good effect. Like the shoulder pads are a perfect place to put that M. I love that M logo.
Right.
Like the two smokestacks coming out the top.
Yeah.
Looks great on that jersey. And, I'll admit, yes, it does have similarities to the Maulers. There is, of course, that one tone on the top shoulder pads and all that. Mm-hmm. It's its own thing. Not going to lie, though, it's hard for me to pick which version I like better. Because I can see, to me, the away version, I think the white flows well with the top with the blue at the top, the way they did it. So I'm torn, but I also love the gold and blue matchups that they have with this color scheme. So it looks real nice.
I think they're clean. I think they're real clean.
It's definitely clean. It is, if I had a definitive jersey ranking, I guess if I was held at gunpoint right now and I was told, hey, you need to tell me where this jersey ranks in the top 8, maybe I would say it's middle tier. It is like 4 or 5 for me. I have no problems with any of the jerseys in this league at all. If you have to pick ones, it's 4 or 5. Clearly the best jersey, though, as I said online, or as I said on Twitter, is definitely the one with the champagne silver in it. It is that Panthers uniform with that glorious helmet, without a doubt, if I had to do that. But
don't they have Memphis, like Crybaby Blue in there too?
Crybaby Blue, huh?
Yeah.
That's it's funny for the gamblers. You seem to land on the wrong color a lot. Like you have so little red, but you bet all the time on black, on the darker color for the roulette wheel, and you're not landing on it.
Well, I will admit, gambling, that was our problem last year. We lived up to our name. We went all in, and that'll bite you. This year we're going to gamble responsibly, and yet still go all in at the same time. It's going to be this magical. You're
just betting on your budget, but you're just putting all the chips in every day on the day budget in one game is what's happening.
I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't wait until it actually happens. That's going to be the beauty of it all.
I guess I'll point the theoretical gun at you and go, where are you putting the Showboats unis in your top 8 right now?
Okay, so the home jersey I like better than the away jersey. I'll say that. But I am a big fan of blue. So now I have to think about like who. So I will agree with you. The Panthers are, I would say, at least in the top 3.
Oh,
top 3.
I thought you were going to say 1.
But it's hard because I do like the Breakers unis. The Breakers unis are crisp.
That one hits hard. The waves on the side shoulder pads, man, they're good.
And I'll tell you, I'm still a big fan of the old Maulers jerseys. And so that's where this would sit right under. People hate me, Zach, but this would probably sit under the old Maulers jersey for me. But meaning about 4 or 5.
Dang, okay.
But the away jerseys probably a little bit lower. Just because, I don't know, the yellow doesn't really accent the blue numbers that well on the white background. Nothing too crazy, but the home jerseys, those are slick. The only difference I would have made is maybe give them all blue pants for the home too. Like, so they have white pants with the away white jerseys. Give them the blue pants. Like, don't be scared of one tone. Man, I think the blue, all blue could be slick there with the yellow stripes on the side. So I don't know. That's my take. I like them. I think they're clean. I can't wait to see them on the field. Gives a little bit, there's already a team with blue jerseys, but it's a different tone of blue.
Oh,
that was one of the complaints last year is, there's too much red. Hey, this solves for that. Right.
I will say, no matter what you think about the jerseys, I think they nailed the helmet as much as.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering if they do the pinwheel. They didn't, but credit. It's actually shocking to me how smooth the Showboats logo fits on a helmet to where it flows with a helmet. Plus the matte blue I did not see coming. Mm-hmm. That still is like one of my favorite helmets for just that matte finish.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for matte as well. Anything matte, it just it looks so crisp and clean. I don't know if crisp is the right word, but
crisp is I think crisp is solid. The logo to me is crisp. And then you got the yellow, like the kind of the speed speed, I guess, accent, if you want to call it. It's the thing that looks like the boat's moving, which, I mean, they use in, well, another piece that is part of the news from actually earlier today as we're recording. And something I think actually is kind of surprising given that, how long, now credit, they did rush last year. They had only a certain amount of time to get the season going. So some things had to kind of wait to the year, but, this element of the news was kind of a nice surprise. They got it out and ready to go, and that's pre-sale jerseys.
Yeah,
have started now.
Yep. So most of them, it's more or less the same as last year. Instead of 22, you're getting 23. But the Maulers have a new jersey, the Showboats have a new jersey, and here's the thing: pre-orders. Yep. When do they ship? April 7th. So that means
wild. If
you go and order a jersey now, you can have it before the season starts. Now, keep in mind, the XFL are still, I'm on that pre-order list. I'm not going to lie. I'll take a Roughnecks jersey. Yeah, we lost a couple games. You know why? Because they haven't put the dang jerseys on sale for me to buy it. And then they'll win. That's just, it's science, guys. Now, but here's the thing. With the USFL, there ain't no mucking around. You're going out to Birmingham. You're going out to Memphis. You can go to those opening games with your jerseys ready to rock and roll. Now, I don't think they have the custom jerseys yet where you can put your names on for the new teams. But those, I would assume, are probably coming in short order after. It seems like I don't think there's going to be any quality difference. So if you ordered a jersey last year or saw what the jerseys looked like last year, I think it's going to be more or less the same. I will say, it would be sweet if we could get the replica ones with the actual stitching.
Yeah.
That would be slick. I would sign me up on that. And you know what? Since we're talking about the shop, I'd be remiss not to mention it. Put the ref shirts for sale on the shop for me. Me alone. That's all you got to do. Once you have one order from the Houston metro area, you can take them off. I'll never mention it again. But sign me up. Come on.
This man's got his own look, but trust me, at the league, for you folks out of the league that watch this show, he'll really appreciate if he can slap a USFL patch on that bad boy.
Yeah.
Or a version of that he's got on.
Dude, I'm driving a flipping ref mobile. The least you can do is let me buy a ref shirt to go along with it.
He'll play nice too. He won't pretend he's out there on the field. Maybe. Well, I don't know, but I think
it depends what the score looks like. I swear I would never do that though. Come on, for real. And you know what? Here,
I'll be
hedge the bet. Put them on sale April 17th. Problem solved.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Problem solved until the rematch at the championship.
Game and you're just talking about losing. This is the grudge game, and you're having to go out there when it's like freaking 37-3.
I'm gonna go start throwing mercy calls for you, Zach. I don't want you to lose by 60.
Mercy calls. I would restrict you from that because I couldn't bear to see that happen. I would live with the shame forever if I knew that my buddy went out there and gave mercy calls so I could win against the Gamblers.
No, not win, just not lose as
sorry,
bad.
Sorry, what's that? I can't hear you. I get a win off mercy calls? You're so nice.
So anyway, now that we've gone way off topic here, you know what is interesting about the jerseys going on sale? We were talking about this before the show. The Showboats jersey. I'm a little, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused here. I had to even double back and look at the Showboats uniform reveal. And because when I saw the jerseys go on sale, I said, I don't remember that yellow accent on the numbers.
Yes.
I like it.
Questions.
Yeah. So I don't know, was that what the design was supposed to be? And it got changed. Again, this is purely speculation, not full speculation zone, but if you don't know what the heck we're talking about. So like we said, earlier this week, they revealed the Showboats uniforms. You can go see those online. It's got outline numbers. So it's just, we'll just say 23. So it'll be white with yellow outlines. If you go to buy the replica jersey online, they have little yellow accents in the bottom of the number, which I think is super flipping cool. And I kind of hope that that's a thing. But now I'm curious, if you buy the replica jersey, does it come like that? Or does it come white? And this is some maybe it made it through, like it missed the QA mark. Nobody noticed this was an older version of the jersey or something. I don't know.
I mean, I have questions. Like I said, like you and I have been saying, I mean, that's definitely, it's the only one out of the 8 that doesn't alter or stray away from its original design. Mm-hmm. All of them have, of course, that front logo, like the text logo on the front. All of them use the same fonts that they use on their jerseys, except for the Showboats. And the thing is, it's not like the Showboats design is like completely altered from the original. You still have the yellow top padding. You still have the M logos on the side like you're expecting. Mm-hmm. But the numbers are different. And it's like, wait a minute now. What's going on here? Because honestly, as we talked about this in the pre-show, I like this jersey, like the replica jersey version numbers over the ones on the jersey now. I'm like, can we get those on the game jerseys? Like that would look really sweet. Like, guys, if you're like teasing us right now, like I hope you surprise us like week 1 where you come out with that, because that looks even better.
Oh yeah.
To me. I like the accents. It looks cool.
Now, that's why I'm more curious. I'm very curious to see what happens when they arrive, right? What happens when they arrive? Because I want to see, are they going to have these accents, or is it going to be similar to the ones they have that were revealed in the actual reveal? Either way, right. I would love to have one of these. I'm on the fence. And you know what? I'll tell you this. If they sell these when we're in person, I might buy one. one. It'll be hard to turn it down in person, I think.
I think this time, now that they're going to have them shipped, you would think that they'll stockpile and actually probably sell them more often now at the game. I mean, they'll have the shirts, they'll have everything. Like last year, that was the thing at the hub in Birmingham.
Yeah.
If you were at any of those games, they sold merch basically at 2 sections of the stadium, and it was mostly shirts, ball caps, and a few other miscellaneous knickknacks. They're going to go at all 4 hubs this year. This year, I'm like, I wonder, like the jerseys are out now, like they're going to ship before the season.
Yeah,
so
April
like,
7th.
Do you have a stockpile?
Yeah.
To sell at the games, which is big because people love to buy their merch right then and there. It'd be kind of nice to get a bunch more jerseys for those fans, especially those season ticket holders that are already paying a really good price, arguably the best price in professional football to go watch games. They save that money. They can go buy your merch now.
Mm-hmm. And here's I'll say this because you know what I think they should do. They should have this merch in the house because I'd much rather see it in person, buy it, and not have to worry with shipping, right? I hate having to wait for things to arrive at my door. I'd much rather just be there, buy it, boom, it's there, it's on, it's wherever, it's in my possession.
Well, that's where I bought my Panthers shirt last year, was in Birmingham. I know this year I'm hoping they have it because it's neutral. Maybe they'll only sell Gamblers and Showboats. I'm not buying a Gamblers shirt, so don't even think about that one, Stefan. That's not happening.
You don't want a winning shirt?
Oh, see, that's that. I can't buy a losing shirt. I mean, it's got L. See. Gamblers have L in the name. You think that's already going to set up? Michigan has a reverse W, my friend. It just flipped the thing over.
I mean, well, all I need to do is point to last year's record. We surpassed the number of wins you had by a large margin.
Oh, yes. One win.
One win. But it was, you know what? When it was, Zach, it was that first one.
That's true.
The one that mattered.
I'll give you that. I can't. There's no arguing even that. Like straight up, you still have that over my head. I gotta get the monkey off my back, and the Panthers got to as well. Mike Nolan, come on, man, you got to deliver. I gotta get that barbecue on the ref's dime, and they'll be thanks to you and company. No joke though. I am stoked to get some more merch. I've been debating if I want to buy it now, but I'm gonna save it and make it like that thing where it's like every year I get something new when the league's on. So
right on.
Whatever gear it is, hopefully they do sell Panthers stuff in Memphis. I know it's gonna be harder because now it's hubs, but like if they do, I will buy one.
Yeah.
If not, I guess I'll be shipping one to my house. So we'll see how that goes.
For sure.
But yeah, should be kind of fun to analyze that this year. Now that you got the jerseys out before the season, they will be out before the season. They'll be produced before the season.
Oh yeah. And we'll be posting, and once we're at that game, we'll be posting our screenshots of all the all the stuff that's happening at the stadium, because they're going to have like some photo opportunities, I assume, like they did last year. They're going to have the merch. Everybody's going to be curious to see what merch is in store. Again, some of that people will probably know because of the earlier game over there in Memphis. But I don't know, Zach. I think that's really all the news for this week.
I think so.
2 weeks, though. Just a little over 2 weeks until USFL kickoff and spring stock. So if you're in Birmingham, I hate to tell you again, but I'm going to tell you, for anybody that didn't hear it the first million times, you should join us. April 15th, 12 p.m. Central, KC Sports Bar, inside the Westin, across the street from Protective Stadium. In the first hour, it's a big one. We got Jamar Smith and Bo Scarborough of the World Championship, the USFL champions, Birmingham Stallions, in the house the same day before they take on the New Jersey Generals in a rematch of last year's opener. Plus, next week, we're going to have some more guests that we're going to announce for the second half of the show. We're also going to have Ducky and Luke Miller from the Newsroom crew joining us in the house. And that's just day one, because after that, we're doing a watch party. We're gooing the game. But then day two, we're heading to Memphis, Tennessee. Grudge game. You've already heard us talking smack. It's only going to get worse from here. Come and join us 9 a.m. Central in the parking lot of Simmons Bank, Liberty Stadium, where one of our teams will win, and it's going to be the Gamblers, because we're going 12-0 all in season. I almost had you there, didn't I?
Stop lying to yourself.
Hashtag spring stock. Spread the word. Let everybody know. And if you're at the event, share your pictures, share your moments. And if you're not there, share them as well. We're going to have good times, good guests, and giveaways in person and online. So YouTube, this is a reason you're going to want to be subscribed. You're going to want to click the bell. It builds morale, but it'll also let you know when spring stock is live, as well as any other time that we're live, because it's going to be happening more often throughout the flipping season. And at USFL Podcast, you can find us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, getting the dances, getting some fun. Join us over there.
See TikTok, now that's going to be a great one for when we are at these games. We will definitely be posting some quick clips from on site at Spring Stock. So, that hashtag extends to that platform too. So any of the ones you use, including our TikTok, which I recommend, if you're wanting to get ready for Spring Stock, head on over and follow us at our TikTok. We will definitely be posting clips, especially on TikTok, because that'll be real easy for us to do from that on site at those two games.
Especially later in the game. I will not hold back from posting you crying.
I'm going to be posting a video of you giving me my beautiful barbecue dinner. That's all I got, though.
All right. Well, like I said, it was a good week. It was a great week. It wasn't maybe the best week ever. We got 2 more weeks until that. And then, you know what? Then it's the countdown to another best week ever. Best week ever. Basically 12 weeks in a row of best weeks ever, all the way until that Gamblers Championship all in, whatever. I can't even talk anymore. That's probably about the sign that the show is over, folks. So until next time, sign you up.